So there was a press conference over the weekend, and this press conference comes at an interesting time because a person was shot Saturday night in Pineville. Now, medic confirmed it responded to the scene along Aileen Circle near East Westinghouse Boulevard around 8 p.m. Pineville police said just one person was taken to the hospital with life-threatening injuries. Now, the shooting happened hours after a press conference held by James Barnett, founder of the Stop the Killing Crusade. Barnett says he's trying to raise the alarm about violent crime in Charlotte, in the Charlotte area rather, as community advocates are still seeking solutions to the issue. So again, we were there for that press conference. I want to take you down to that press conference and so you can hear the voices of the community and the concern and what they hope and what they're working towards next. Let's take a listen in.
My name is James Barnett. That's James, J-A-M-E-S, Barnett, B-R-N-E-T-T, the founder of the Stop the Killing Crusade. I've called this press conference to announce the fact that we are sending out an SOS. There's a crisis in the black community. We're losing too many of our youth. We're losing too many of our people. And we're calling upon the leaders of the black community. It's time for us to look at self. We cannot blame white America for the deaths in our community. We have to blame ourselves. We have said it many times, the Reverend Jesse Jackson said, nobody can save us from us but us. So the first call I'm sending out is to the faith community. We're talking about hatred in the land. We need those who preach love every Sunday. We need to hear from you. We need to call for a revolution in the black community. We have those in high places who are talking about making America safe. And they're talking about making America safe by sending the criminals out of the country, those that came across our borders illegally. And I agree with them. Those criminals need to be sent out. But very few are concerned about the blacks in our community who are killing us. Nobody can save us from us but us. I'm stepping back as the founder of the Stop the Killing Crusade. Just do some prayerful thinking, say, Lord, how long? When will we wake up? We've been asleep so long that now our young teenagers, 11, 12 years old, teenagers, who are killing other teenagers and killing adults. And we want to blame the young people. But we as adults have sat by so long and allowed this to happen. We said nothing while the killing was going on. So the young people are just doing what we have been doing. So somebody's got to speak up. And for 37 years, I've been out there calling for unity in the community. I remember the words of Sheriff Stone, who started out there with us. He went to a city, and somebody in the city said, we got a good program here to reduce the murder rate. He came back and he said, I told him we got a better program in Charlotte. We have an organization that have an endorsement from everybody, organizations. And on the 31st, we're going to be calling for a unity meeting in black community. And I'm going to bring out all of those awards that we've given out over the years to show that we've shown the way to go. But why aren't black people following that road? Nobody can save us from us but us. I keep saying that. And I've invited particularly my friend Arthur Griffin, who's out here with us, county commissioner, to come out. I'm not looking for the elected officials to lead us, but to endorse us and give us some advice. This is a movement that has to be led by the faith community. You're going to talk about hatred. You got to have the God-fearing leaders out there who God has endowed them, who showed them what to do, taught them, told them the way to go. They've got to get out there from behind those four walls and reach out into the community. We also have B.J. Murphy with us, who's going to be speaking. We have a mother who has lost a loved one who's going to be speaking. But my main concern now is, when are we going to wake up? And how do we go about waking up the community? We have several different organizations out here, and I have decided I'm not meeting with anybody else, walk with anybody, or talk with anybody who are talking about stopping the violence, or stopping the killing, or stop killing our children, if you're not going to address that message to the black community. We are the ones that are doing the killing. It's shameful. I'm embarrassed. It's not something I hold my head up and say we're killing each other. It's shameful. But we got to face that, swallow that bitter pill, and get out there and do something. So I'm calling upon the community as a whole. I don't have that many more years to give in this campaign. And I would like to see this year end with us coming together. We have people in high places now who don't have our best interests at heart. We got enemies on the outside, and we're fighting the enemy on the inside. So this time I'm going to give way to Brother Arthur Griffin. Let him come in his own way. County Commissioner Arthur Griffin. Good to
Thank
see
you, Reverend Barnett. I didn't know I was that old. 37 years ago, I was around when you started Stop the Killing. I just want to thank you for your continued commitment, your purpose, and your efforts to really focus on a real critical aspect that's really impacting the African American community, and that's our killing of one another. I chair the Health and Human Services Committee of Mecklenburg County Board of County Commission. And one statistic, African Americans die prematurely, more so than any other race or ethnicity in Mecklenburg County. We die from cancer, stroke, diabetes, but we also die from homicides at a disproportionate rate than any other race or ethnicity in Mecklenburg County. So the cause and purpose that Reverend Barnett is bringing, I support 100%, and I'll be here as often as I can. But let me share this with you. If we don't have a Reverend Barnett or B.J. Murphy or parents or this community group speaking, you start to institutionalize hopelessness. There's nothing in the African American community that supports hopelessness, because we've been able to weather the storm through slavery, through Jim Crow, and now we're in a different era, but some of the same elements that were around during slavery and Jim Crow are creeping their heads back out. But we were able to take care of ourselves as a family to be able to be here with you today. I thank Reverend Barnett for trying to get the family back together to address a critical issue that's just horrible. A 16-year-old or 15-year-old that's either killed or is a perpetrator that's killed someone should shock the consciousness of all of us, whether you're white, you're black, you're rich, or you're poor. We do have a problem, and we need to start trying to work together to strategize and not talk. You don't need to create a committee. We just need to do the work. I'll say one last thing as I shared with Reverend Barnett outside. Years ago when I chaired the Board of Education, there were 3 young African Americans that were arrested for participating in a murder. And Larry King, he was a community organizer back then, said, what can we do? So I said, let's pull their record, because all their records are, of course, sealed through the Privacy Act. But you can look at their records, not the public, but folk who are administrators in the school system. And what we found are youngsters that were not engaged. This community is a well-endowed community, and we can do a better job engaging youth, but also engaging their parents. It is a community issue. It's going to take the community to solve it. And I can only thank Reverend Barnett and these wonderful people who's standing in front of you today for stepping up around hope. Hope is the aphrodisiac for change. If there's no hope, you're going to have a difficult time for change. So thank you, Reverend Barnett, for giving me a moment to say something. I appreciate your work. And I hope that you guys carry this, because it is so critically important today, tomorrow, and in the future. Thank you very much.
Now from Brother B.J. Murphy. Okay.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. I'm going to open up in the name of Almighty God. My name is B.J. Murphy. I am the Executive Director of We Are One Charlotte. We are an independent violence interruption organization. We were founded at the end of December 27th, organized leading up to the beginning of this year, because we were concerned about the record murder rate of 110 murders in the city of Charlotte. So we and myself, about 30 other men, go out 4 times a week to different locations around the city to interrupt violence in our city. We are a preemptive group that has organized themselves. And so Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturday, and Sunday. We are involved in different community activities with our youth and young adults. So we go to different areas around the city to engage. We call it unity engagement. We adopted a model from Baltimore City. A group, our parent group, is called the We Are Us movement out of Baltimore, where they, as a grassroots organization working with law enforcement, city and government, help to reduce the homicides from 308 to 201 in 2024, 74% reduction in juvenile homicides. So we're adopting that model of engagement for our youth and young adults in Charlotte, job training. I mean, we all over the place. We're like a freight train that's trying to go through the neighborhoods and the arteries where issues are happening. So we want to prevent murders from happening, and working with young people as young as 6 years old, and our mentoring program that we got going on for this summer. So we are excited. I want to thank Reverend Barnett for all the work that he's done, because we're riding on his shoulders, and he's been carrying the flag. So it's time for all of us to join in and help him and get more people involved, because he's frustrated at the lack of, I would say, sense of urgency, of hope, that we are allowing our young people to raise themselves, and our, we head north now. Those of us who are 50 plus, 60 plus, we got to leave something for our people, our young people, to grab a hold to, which is hope. And we need to use every fiber of our being to make life better for them as we exit off the scene. So that's our job. I mean, we don't care who supports us or who doesn't support us. This is a work that God wants to happen in this city, and that's what we're determined to do. We will not fail in trying to reach as many as we can to pull as many of our people out of the fire as we can before it's too late. So I thank you for allowing these few words. Thank you.
Thank you. And I've invited Sylvia Smith to come. She's a mother who has lost a loved one. Give a few brief remarks here.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Reverend Barnett. It's always good to know that there are elected officials who understand what the source of these issues are, but who also have a heart toward making some difference with the influence and the positions that they carry. Also want to thank Reverend Barnett for being the catalyst and the foundation for this movement some 30 plus years ago. Also want to give an acknowledgement to the community-based organizations like We Are One, the one that Mr. Murphy just talked about, who are out here doing the work, touching the lives and impacting the families and the children of those who are in our communities, living through trauma, living through hardship, and just looking for solutions and opportunities and alternatives to violence that they find themselves in. It's always bittersweet being in spaces and places like this, because on the one hand, while we can give kudos to the work that's being done and acknowledgement of the fact that these issues are out there, it means I'm here because I have a personal loss. I lost my son Samuel. Sam was 23 years old when in 2019, he was murdered by a 14-year-old. And so as we look at the opportunities to do something within our communities, we know that when we start young, those impacts and outcomes are greater. However, that does not take away from the work that people are doing once they're in middle school or high school, and sometimes on beyond those ages. One of the things that I certainly agree with wholeheartedly is that no one is going to save us but us. And so it's imperative that we look at our community, as I heard it stated last night, in terms of kinship, culture, and community. The fact that we're all in this together. The fact that culturally we understand how we move and shake and do things in our community. Because of kinship and those relationships, we know the people that are out there committing these murders. And we know the things that need to be done in order to address those issues. And so as the children are being helped, as the children are being empowered, as the children are being given alternatives, We also have to know that we need to look at this as a family issue, as a community issue. It is not just a singular solution to being able to lower the murder rate that we have here in Charlotte, North Carolina. So again, I do applaud all of the work that's being done. Certainly am grateful for people of influence like Mr. Griffin here in terms of his elected position and ability to influence other decision makers, as well as the work of We Are One and the many other community-based organizations that are out here touching lives all across the city. We do know that it takes us coming together, and it takes us partnering, and it takes us collaborating, and it takes collective impact in order to be able to move the needle toward a better and a safer future for everybody. Thank you.
Thank you. Again, I want to say thank you to the media. I want to say what an important role you play. A lot of times organizations will say, well, we don't want to be on the news, we don't care about the news. But when you hear about a murder, people get it from the news. So they need to see somebody out there doing something good. I get frustrated, sick to the stomach. Every time there's a murder, well, 88% of the time there's a murder, you got a black face, you show it. And I'm wondering where's that community? When we started out 37 years ago, I said this to the black community, we had very few blacks in high places, but we had a lot of support. It was Sue Myrie, who was a white Republican mayor, that this organization would never gotten off the ground had not it been for her. We had representatives like Jim Richardson, Bob Walton, Pete Cunningham. They came, we didn't go looking for them, they came looking for us. But we have gotten so now that our elected officials sit on the side like they don't know what to do. And a lot of times we call them and they don't even return the call. So we say it again, that, as we said so many times, we got to save ourselves. And I feel a little encouraged today with your support, and we're going to get more. So on the 31st, we're looking at maybe call it a black town hall meeting, closed door, where we come together and see what we can do to decrease this murder rate. And we got to say to, and I'm glad to see a young black lady here with us, that we have these older black reporters who've been out there, man, for years, but they never come and say, what can we do to help? And we've got to call them out. We've got some elected officials that we've got to call out. I'm not going to call any names. I don't want to put Arthur Griffin on the spot here today while we lambasted some other elected officials. But we got one area where we had the number one overdose of fentanyl in the city of Charlotte, and we can't get that representative to come out to a meeting. We got to call them out. So again, I say to the media, thank you, and we'll be calling you back, and we appreciate you coming out. You have any questions or anything?
So I guess what's the first step for you all, or after today, what's next?
Each organization will be doing what they do, continue to do. I'm stepping back a little bit. I'm just going to really sort of be pretty. I'll be speaking here tomorrow. That's where to from here, letting people know that we got. My job mainly is to reach that faith community. I don't look for BJ to do that. He's not a member. I look for Arthur Griffin to do. Each one do what they can do. But I'm saying to the faith community, y'all are AWOL. The leaders are AWOL. We really need them out there. You got to come from behind those four walls and step out there and do something. Another person who's not here today is Patrick Cameron. I always like to give him credit. He has a talk show on Saturday. He's dedicated that program on Saturday sometimes to just talk about Stop the Killing. Each one will continue to do what they're doing. And we're not going to be here criticizing what this organization is doing. Each one has to do what they can do. And we still have these flyers. We pass them out for the homicide rate. This month we're going to pass like 3,000 of those flyers. All people gotten killed. Said people look, and this is really educational. You look at it and you see all the people got killed last year, and you look at all of those blacks. They could have been a doctor, a lawyer, somebody to help us, but they was killed. And we got to shake that higher foundation. Y'all got to say something. You can't just keep at 3 murders in one weekend and say nothing. It sends the message that it's okay, and it's not okay. We're better than this. So again, I say thank you, and We appreciate your work.
And you were just watching the Stop the Killing Crusade press conference that happened in Northwest Charlotte over the weekend.